Hello viewers, hope you are all fine. Today I am going to tell you about the venous drainage of pelvis, abdomen and thorax. Veins are the blood vessels that carry the deoxygenated blood back to the heart. The network of veins is called the venous system. As you can see, the three pelvic plexus are shown in this 3D model of the part of the venous systems of the human body. These three plexus are the superficial plexus, the visceral plexus and the presacral plexus from bottom to top, which drain into the femoral vein, obturator vein and internal iliac vein respectively. First you can see the superficial plexus which drains into the greater saphenous vein. The greater saphenous vein then drains into the external iliac vein and the external iliac vein drains into the common iliac vein. Venous drainage of the pelvis is mainly through two veins, that is the external iliac and the internal iliac veins. The external iliac vein drains lower limb and the internal iliac vein drains pelvic wall, pelvic viscera and gluteal region. Here you can see the femoral vein. The main function of the femoral vein is to drain the lower limb profunda femoris vein, which drains the inner thigh and contributes the largest volume of blood entering the femoral vein. Now you can see the medial circumflex femoral vein. This vein is an extension of the major femoral vein and it runs up to the thigh into the external iliac vein. The external iliac vein is a large vein that connects femoral vein to the common iliac veins. Inferior gluteal veins begin on the upper part of the thigh and they enter the pelvis through the lower part of the greater sciatic foramen and join to form a single stem that opens into the lowest part of the internal iliac vein. Now you can see the second plexus, which is the visceral plexus, which drains into the obturator vein followed by internal iliac vein and finally the common iliac vein. Obturator vein begins in the upper portion of the adductor region of the thigh and enters the pelvis through the upper part of the obturator foramen in the obturator canal. It also drains into internal iliac vein. Now you see the third plexus, which is the presacral plexus, draining into the lateral sacral vein, which ultimately drains into common iliac vein. The left and right common iliac vein join together in the abdomen at the level of the fifth lumbar vertebrae and form the inferior vena cava. Also you can see the median sacral vein, which is draining directly into the common iliac vein. Now we will see the venous drainage of abdomen. Venous drainage of abdomen is mainly through inferior vena cava. Right and left ascending lumbar vein is connected with common iliac vein. Now the ascending lumbar veins runs up to the lumbar region on the side of the vertebral column and drains into the azygous vein and hemiazygous vein. Along with it, we see the lumbar veins running along the inside of posterior abdominal wall. The first and second lumbar veins join the ascending lumbar veins, while the third and fourth joins the inferior vena cava directly. The renal veins carry deoxygenated blood from kidney and drains into inferior vena cava. Phrenic vein drains into posterolateral aspect of inferior vena cava at the level of 10th thoracic vertebrae. Splenic veins carry the deoxygenated blood from spleen, stomach fundus and part of pancreas. It is a part of the hepatic portal system. Splenic vein and inferior mesenteric vein join to form the portal vein along with superior mesenteric vein. Inferior mesenteric vein drains blood from large intestine and terminates in the splenic vein, which goes on to form the portal vein with the superior mesenteric vein. The splenic vein then merges with superior mesenteric vein to form portal vein. Portal vein carries the blood from gastrointestinal tract, gallbladder, pancreas and spleen to the liver. Approximately 75% of total liver blood flow is through the portal vein. Hepatic veins drains the deoxygenated blood from liver and drains into inferior vena cava. There are 3 hepatic veins draining from left, right and middle part of the liver. Azygous vein and the hemiazygous vein, when taken together, serve as left side equivalent of azygous vein. Azygous vein drain most of the posterior intercostal vein on right side of the body, while hemiazygous vein and accessory hemiazygous vein drain most of the posterior intercostal vein of left side of the body. Now we will see the venous drainage of thorax. Axillary vein drains into the subclavian vein, which is a paired large vein draining the blood from upper extremities and allowing this blood to return to heart by draining into the brachiocephalic veins. Now we will move to the inferior thyroid vein, which arises in the venous plexus on thyroid gland, while superior and middle thyroid vein serve as direct tributaries to internal jugular vein. Inferior thyroid vein drains into brachiocephalic vein. The left and right brachiocephalic vein are the major veins in the upper chest, which are formed by the union of each corresponding internal jugular vein and subclavian vein. Brachiocephalic vein returns the blood to the superior vena cava. Superior vena cava is connected on the top side of the right atrium, and the blood from the upper body drains into it. Next, we will see thoracic duct. It is a lymphatic duct which drains into the systemic circulation at the junction of left subclavian vein and internal jugular vein at the commencement of the brachiocephalic vein. So viewers, I think with this video you are able to understand or have a superficial concept about the venous drainage of the axial part of our body. Do like, subscribe and share my videos so that I am encouraged to post similar videos. Thank you all.